study about the muscles of the upper limb in a dissected upper limb. The first are the muscles from the pectoral region. This first large triangular muscle which we can see, this is the pectoralis major muscle. The pectoralis major muscle, it takes origin from the anterior surface of half of the sternum and also from the anterior surface of medial 2/3 of the clavicle, and then this muscle it get inserted onto the lateral lip of the bicipital groove of the humerus. So here we can see the origin as well as the insertion of pectoralis major on the humerus, and near the insertion the fibers of the pectoralis major they get twisted. So the upper fibers from the clavicle they will be inserted at a lower level as compared to the lower fibers which will be inserted at a higher level. The pectoralis major, it is having nerve supply from the lateral and the medial pectoral nerve from the brachial plexus. And action of pectoralis major acting as a whole, it causes adduction and the medial rotation of the arm, and its clavicular fibers they help in flexion, and the sternal fibers they help in extension against resistance. Now first muscle, this is the pectoralis major. When we reflect the pectoralis major, we can see the clavipectoral fascia underneath the pectoralis major muscle. This clavipectoral fascia, it will enclose the two muscles. One is this pectoralis minor and another is the subclavius muscle. And the structures which pierce the pectoralis major, which pierce the clavipectoral fascia, they are the lateral pectoral nerve, thoracoacromial vessels and the cephalic vein. So these structures they will pierce the clavipectoral fascia, and then this lateral pectoral nerve it will supply the pectoralis major muscle. Now beneath this clavipectoral fascia, the second muscle of pectoral region which we can see, this is the pectoralis minor muscle. The pectoralis minor muscle it will take origin from the third, fourth and fifth costal cartilage, and it will be inserted onto the coracoid process of the scapula. The nerve supply of pectoralis minor, it is also from the lateral and the medial pectoral nerve. Action of pectoralis minor, it will depress the coracoid process of the scapula, and also it will help in forced respiration. Now this pectoralis minor muscle, it will act as a key muscle in the pectoral region as it will divide the axillary artery. Here we can see this axillary artery into three parts. A part above the pectoralis minor, this is the first part of axillary artery. Then below the pectoralis minor, we have the second part of the axillary artery, and then there is the below this pectoralis minor the third part. The first part is above the pectoralis minor, second is deep to the pectoralis minor, and third part it is below the pectoralis minor muscle. So these are the two muscles in the pectoral region, pectoralis major and pectoralis minor muscle. Now next muscle which we are studying, this is the deltoid muscle. So here we can see the large deltoid muscle covering whole of the shoulder region. Origin of deltoid muscle, it is having three fibers, the anterior, middle and the posterior fibers. The anterior fibers of deltoid, they will take origin from the anterior border of lateral 1/3 of the clavicle. The middle fibers, they will take origin from the acromion process of the scapula, and posterior most fibers, they will take origin from the lower border of the spine of the scapula. So anterior, middle and posterior fibers of the deltoid. Insertion of the deltoid muscle, it will be onto the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus. Nerve supply of deltoid muscle, it is from the axillary nerve, which in addition to the deltoid muscle will also supply the teres minor muscle. Action of the deltoid muscle, the anterior fibers of the deltoid, they will help in flexion and medial rotation, while the acromial fibers or the middle fibers of the deltoid, they are the powerful abductor of the shoulder joint, while the posterior fibers of the deltoid, they will help in extension and the lateral rotation of the shoulder joint. So the deltoid anterior fibers helping in flexion and medial rotation of shoulder joint. Middle or acromial fibers, which are the multipinnate fibers, they help in abduction of the shoulder joint, while posterior most fibers, they will help in extension and the lateral rotation. When we reflect the deltoid muscle, we can see the structures which are present deep to the deltoid. Here we can see this head of the humerus, which is forming the joint with the glenoid process of the scapula, the shoulder joint. So this is lying under the cover of deltoid. Other structures under the cover of deltoid, this is the acromion process, and an arch or a ligament joining the acromion to the coracoid process. This is the coracoacromial arch, and all the structures which are taking origin from the coracoid process or inserted onto the coracoid process, they will be also under the cover of deltoid. So this is about the deltoid muscle. Now when we reflect these muscles, we can see other muscles which are present on the front of the arm. So here we can see a large muscle on the front of the arm. This is the biceps muscle. The biceps muscle, it is having two heads of origin, a short head and a long head. The short head of biceps, it will take origin from the tip of the coracoid process of the scapula along with the coracobrachialis muscle. So here we can see the small muscle, this is the coracobrachialis. So coracobrachialis and short head of biceps both will take origin from the tip of the coracoid process. The other head of the biceps, that is the long head of the biceps, it will take origin from the supraglenoid tubercle of the scapula. Now this we can see here whole of the belly of the biceps muscle, and insertion of biceps, it will be onto the tuberosity over the radius bone. So this is about the origin and insertion. Action of biceps muscle, it will cause the flexion at the shoulder joint, flexion at the elbow joint, and it will also help in supination of the forearm in the flexed position. Now when we reflect this biceps muscle, we can see other muscle of the front of the arm. This is the brachialis muscle. So origin of brachialis, it is from the anteromedial and anterolateral surface of the humerus, and insertion of brachialis, it is onto the coronoid process of the ulna. So these are the three muscles on the front of the arm: coracobrachialis, biceps brachii and the brachialis muscle. Nerve supply of all these three muscles, it is from the musculocutaneous nerve from the lateral cord of the brachial plexus. About the muscles on the back of the arm. The back of the arm, it is covered by a large muscle, that is the triceps. The triceps muscle, as the name is indicating, is having three heads: a lateral head, a long head and a medial head of the triceps. The lateral head of the triceps, it will take origin from a ridge above the radial groove, while the long head, it will take origin from the infraglenoid tubercle on the scapula. The medial head of the triceps, it will take origin from the posterior surface of the humerus below the radial groove. Now all these heads of the triceps, they will join and they will be inserted onto the olecranon process of the ulna. The triceps muscle, it will cause the extension at the elbow, and nerve supply of the triceps muscle, it is by the radial nerve. Here we can see the radial nerve lying in the radial groove between the lateral and the medial head of the triceps muscle.